Croeso. Welcome back to Britain's Hidden History with me, Ross Broadstock, and recently I had the delightful pleasure of a visit from Dr. Stephen Pidgeon and some of his followers, such as Paul. Dr. Pidgeon is over all the way from Alaska, where he's head of the Cepher group, Cepher Publishing. Now, we share a common interest in looking at ancient writing, trying to work out what it says. Now, Dr. Pidgeon and Paul's expertise is very much on Paleo-Hebrew and trying to read the ancient Hebrew text, which is how they've produced things like a new Bible based on the original Hebrew rather than the later Greek. And it's a fascinating area. Now, if you know from Britain's Hidden History, we're looking at ancient writing system coming to Britain, in this case Wales, and it's called Coelbren, which is much ridiculed as an 18th century forgery. It's all just invented, and yet we find it on ancient stones. And we're looking at the similarities between the two, and I was absolutely fascinated to see how Paul and Dr. Pidgeon Stevens' analysis of these stones compared to what Alan Wilson's been doing. And if you find the results are very, very interesting, here's one of what would be a few videos.
We're at Margam, an ancient site, but at Margam they have gathered stones, and we're looking for evidence of ancient paleo. It forms a Paleo-Ivrit, which in this area would not be Paleo-Ivrit, but rather a derivative of Paleo-Ivrit, which would be Coelbren. And this appears to be an ancient stone. And this one is, let's see, this one is saying, this guy is the first recorded sign of Margam Church around 1700. They're claiming it's a Latin inscription, but we're finding indicia of paleo letters. Now, give us an idea what we're talking about here, Paul.
Well, just briefly, this could be a noon. This could be a modern tab, or I'm going to leave that one. We've got a samak here. We've got a chet there. We've got a modern tab there. This could be a kuf, but they're usually like this.
The key one is the
lamed. There's a lamed. There's a noon. There's a zadi.
There's the zadi, and the zadi is the one that's very indicative that this is more likely to be Coelbren than the Latin.
Paleo-Tav.
There's the Paleo-Tav, yeah.
This doesn't look at all like Latin. This is a thing. It's not this.
Paleo-Tav. We've got the zadi, definite zadi again. This here could be a kuf. Could be a kuf, paleo-kuf.
And the far left hand, yeah.
See, this is this on the official. I think this is the Grutner stone, isn't it? Yeah, Grutner. You've done very well. You spotted the very one you did spot without me mentioning anything. Because that, which in Coelbren, I'm not sure what it'd be with your Paleo-Hebrew, looks more like a TH. Yeah. But apparently this is a G. That's a G. Somehow that's a G.
It's a gimel.
And that spells, they're trying to say it spells Grutner, you see, which is a person no one's heard of. He's not recorded. Yeah. He must be Irish, because the Welsh couldn't do anything on a stone. But was what you can if you look back, you'll see Wilson and Blackett actually translated this stone, and you can see this is Theodoric. But how you can see the rest of it. And building on what you were just saying about the Latin, if you look at this, you will see how a lot of words are cheated, if you like. You know, like crit D becomes Christy, and sorry, I'm at the wrong bit there. Yeah, what they call it, the spelling is somewhat irregular. You know, maybe that's because you're reading it incorrectly and it's the wrong language.
Well, you could be going the other way. It could be left to right rather than right to left. Right.
Yeah, both ways I think possibly in this one. It could zigzag down. But when they say spelt irregularly, all these words which are not like the words that they should be, could be because you're doing it wrong, couldn't it?
Could be because it's going the opposite way. You know.
So crux is the most. That line, the one you just pointed out, is the most like what they actually say it is. Mm-hmm. But the other lines, like I say, and this is as you get further down, it's more controversial. I mean, that's supposed to be a GR. This is a G.
Yeah, see, this looks to me like it's a Coelbren figure because it comes down and does this. See,
yeah, we should make it a TH, you see, and then we get the Theodoric thing.
Yeah. Coelbren, that's going to be a bit different now, isn't it?
Yes, we could look at that, but the most important point I think to take from this is if just by looking at what's in the stone there and looking at the translation above the stone, they don't even match, and even if they did match, they're spelt incorrectly. What they call irregular spelling. Well, I call that cheating.
Yeah, it's called guessing.
You can't say, well, it says this,
Guessing
but
and making it.
you said it says this, but they got it wrong. No, plus they got it right, and you can't read it.